A narcissist's ego is extremely fragile, and certain actions or situations can inflict significant narcissistic injuries, triggering their rage or manipulative behaviors. Now, what is a narcissistic injury? A narcissistic injury is when a pathological narcissist perceives a threat, whether real or imagined, that goes against their ego, that goes against that false self, that goes against the image that they are trying to portray to others. Now, today's video was inspired by a comment left right here on the channel, and David Cooper asks, when a victim of narc abuse fights back and injures the narc non-violently, are there degrees of the narc injury? For example, is going no contact level 10, or is calling the narc out on a level 5, or are narc injuries the same no matter what the victim does? In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 of the biggest ways that the narcissist's ego is injured. And number 1 is rejection or abandonment. And this is why no contact, blowing the bridge up, is such an effective tool, because you are cutting off the narcissist supply. Now, what is narcissistic supply? Narcissistic supply is the attention, energy, validation, admiration, or essentially your reflection that you're giving to the narcissist, because you are boosting their ego. Now, narcissists crave admiration and validation, so being rejected or abandoned shatters their illusion of superiority. Whether it's a romantic partner leaving, a friend cutting ties, or someone refusing to give them attention they seek, rejection feels like a personal attack on their worth, leading to feelings of humiliation and that very popular narcissistic rage. Number 2 is being exposed. Narcissists rely on maintaining a facade of perfection and control. So when someone exposes their lies, manipulations, or their true nature, it deeply wounds their ego. They fear being seen as flawed, weak, or vulnerable, and exposure undermines the carefully crafted image that they present to the world. Now, here's the 3rd way that a narcissist's ego is injured, and that is losing control. Narcissists thrive on controlling others and their environments. When they lose control over a person, situation, or narrative, such as someone setting boundaries, refusing to engage, or outsmarting their manipulations, it feels like a direct challenge to their authority and superiority. This loss of power can cause them to lash out or spiral into despair. Understanding these triggers can help you to navigate interactions and protect yourself from their retaliatory behavior. Because if you are dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with someone that is an abuser. Oftentimes on the channel, you hear me state that pathological narcissists are rooted in their shame. However, they are incapable of letting go of their pride. Hence, pride comes right before the fall, and they fall right back down to shame. So you're dealing with someone that is stuck in a low vibrational state. And when we're talking about shame here, know that we are talking about very, very, very low self-esteem. Self-esteem that is pathologically low, so it is little to non-existent. Very similar to when your phone is running on low power mode. Again, pathological narcissist people are stuck in a state of self-loathing. However, they hide this with that dysfunctional pride. And know that that pride is not confidence, like taking confidence in your work or confidence in your appearance. That pride is dysfunctional, so it is grandiosity. Grandiosity is a dis-ease. It is a disorder. Grandiosity essentially is egomania, and pathological narcissists are egomaniacs. So know that if you are dealing with a prideful individual, And pathological narcissists have rigid perfectionism. Well, people that believe that they're perfect will not change because there is nothing for them to change. Again, they're perfect. And this is why pride comes right before the fall, and they'll fall right back down to shame. Because if you are unable to let go of a lower level emotion, you cannot ascend on the consciousness ladder. And this is why you often hear me refer to pathological narcissists as dregs at the bottom of the spiritual ladder. Every single day they wake up, they're in a state of shame. And at best, on a very good day for the pathological narcissist, they get to dysfunctional pride. And again, that pride comes right before the fall. So you're not dealing with someone that is truly ascending, that is truly growing, because pathological narcissism is regressive. It gets worse with time. This is why oftentimes on the channel you'll hear me state that narcissists age like milk. They don't age like wine. They do not get better with time. So you are dealing with someone that is psychologically regressing. So think about that relationship with the narcissist. Again, could be a parental relationship, could be an intimate relationship. Maybe you had a friendship with a frenemy. Maybe it's a co-worker, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a sibling. Did that relationship go up over time like a good stock? Or did it get worse? Did it fail? Did it crash and burn like the Titanic? Because if you are dealing with a pathological narcissist, you are dealing with someone that is not growing. Again, remember, these people believe that they're perfect. Perfect people do not need to change. And, well, if they're perfect, they don't grow. If you don't grow, you regress. So you are dealing with someone that is regressing because you cannot grow with someone that is stuck in a destructive state. So it is a common misconception that pathological narcissists do not experience emotions. They have a wide variety of negative emotions. They have dysfunctional pride, dysfunctional guilt. This is why you're dealing with a remorseless individual. This is because their conscience is not working. Their conscience is compromised. Their conscience is seared. Narcissists have dysfunctional desire. This is why they are addicts. All pathological narcissists are people addicts, and they may have other addictions like alcohol addictions, pills, hoarding, shopping addictions, porn addictions, etc. They have also dysfunctional anger. This is why you see that BPD rage or that NPD rage when they blow things out of proportion. And again, all of this is topped off with that dysfunctional pride, which is grandiosity. And they believe that this grandiosity, which is a disorder, is their superpower. So people, I sincerely hope that you truly understand that you are dealing with someone with psycho-spiritual arrested development. At the spiritual level, know that these individuals abandon their true selves in childhood for an ego. They abandon their true spiritual essence for a false self. And understand that the ego cannot self-reflect because the ego is a false self. Hence, what they'll do is project all of their inner turmoil out onto you. Because again, they cannot self-reflect because they don't have a self. What they have is an ego, a false self, a maladaptive ego. So if you're dealing with someone that is not self-reflecting, that individual is incapable of growing. Hence, they will regress. In closing, dealing with a narcissist's fragile ego can be challenging, but understanding their triggers is the first step towards reclaiming your peace and power. Remember, you are stronger than their manipulations. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the NarcDojo channel for more empowering insights. And for resources to support you on your healing journey, visit us anytime at narcdojo.com. That is NarcDojo.com. Until next time, keep setting boundaries and putting your well-being first. You've got this. Thank you again for watching. Sheikah is the name. I'll see you in the next video.